Use my honey. Healthy eating, why and how. Have you ever thought about how old you're going to live to be? I've thought about it, and I don't know how long that will be, but I know I'm going to make sure it's as long as possible. Monaco, according to www.caa.gov, has on average the longest living population at an average of 89.57. 90 years old. That's a long time. The United States sits at 42, with an average life expectancy of 79.56. I looked into one possible reason for Monaco's life expectancy: their diet. They have an abundance of seafood and local produce, and you'll see why this is important later. I'm going to share a few tips and tricks to turning around your health and to help keep the hospital bills at bay. Cost is always an issue these days. Then there's also your eating habits. Those are a few things that I'm going to cover today. The cost is one point. Eating healthy is always rumored to be expensive. The average cost of chicken breast as of November 2014 in the Midwest region, according to www.bls.gov, is $3.62 per pound. The average cost of a head of lettuce is $1.16. Average cost of a medium Big Mac meal from McDonald's, according to fastfoodprices.com, is $5.69. When you compare these foods this way, it seems that McDonald's is the way to go. But let's put that into perspective. A whole chicken breast, when served proper servings, can provide enough for 3 people. A head of lettuce is more than 3 servings. In other words, you actually get more for your dollar when you buy whole, fresh foods that you prepare yourself. When you add on top of that the cost of health care, of eating healthy, unhealthy, the unhealthy diet weighs heavy in your pockets. Eating unhealthy leads to heart disease, diabetes, and can eventually lead to heart attack and stroke. Through my research on this speech, I happened upon a blog. Someone had shared their hospital bill from a heart attack they suffered. This person lived in Omaha, Nebraska. Their bill was $48,972.22. Another point to eating healthy and how and why. The food. Go ahead and fill your plate with a lot of color. Veggies and fruit. Eating a lot of colorful veggies and fruit that are filled with antioxidants and minerals are a great way for your body and help keep you healthy. Eat sweet veggies. According to helpfulguide.org, eating sweet vegetables and fruits helps to reduce your cravings for sweets. Veggies that are green are full of calcium and magnesium. They are rich with vitamins like A, C, E, and K. Protein. Protein is great for your body. Servings of protein don't necessarily go by calories. It is determined by weight. For someone weighing 150 pounds, they should have about 68 to 102 grams of protein. If that person happens to be pregnant, she should have another 20 grams of high-quality protein. Well, what is high-quality protein? Fish, chicken, nuts, and seeds to start. Monaco, because it sits on the sea, has a good overabundance of fish. They also have a lot of nuts and seeds available, which is why their diet is so good and why I believe they're living to be so long. Is there a bad protein? Well, red meat is generally considered unhealthy. According to health.harvard.edu, patients who ate red meat over a long period of time were found to be more likely to have colon or rectal cancer, compared to those in the study whose diet was higher in fish and poultry. Those evil things called carbs. If eaten properly, carbs are not all that bad. Eating them in moderation is key. If you restrict yourself from food that you like for the sake of the diet, you're setting yourself up for failure. Healthy grains equals whole grains and whole wheat. You should cut out white foods. They are highly processed and incredibly bad for your body. Your body converts that to sugar and it's stored in as fat. Instead, switch to whole grains and unprocessed grains. For example, switch from white rice to brown rice. Some pointers I have for eating healthy. According to helpguide.org, eating healthy doesn't have to be overwhelming or confusing. And I agree. They shared some tips, and here are some tips that I use and that I found were most important. Eat small portions. One easy way to ensure you aren't overindulging is to use a small plate. We live in a supersized world and indulging has become a normal thing. Eat more. And I don't mean eat more food, I mean eat more often throughout the day. If you have 4 to 5 meals instead of 3 or 2 big meals, you won't be starving and you won't be overeating as well. This also helps keep your metabolism going. Eat more veggies. Veggies can be eaten and eaten and eaten. You can eat as many as you want. If you have already eaten and you find yourself hungry, grab some celery or carrots. My favorite veggie to snack on is cabbage. I love to eat raw cabbage. The only downfall is your stinky breath. My biggest pointer for eating healthy and to get healthy is to eat breakfast and to drink water, and as much water as you possibly can. Never skip a meal, especially breakfast. A lot of people say they skip breakfast because they don't have time. One of the easiest breakfasts is banana and yogurt. There's no preparing or cooking there. You're just grabbing it and go. And drink the required amount of water. It helps transport vitamins and minerals you're eating throughout your day, and it helps transport waste out of your body. So where do you stand? Are you a healthy eater, or do you need to tune up your diet? Eating healthy isn't a diet, and it's not something you should have an end date to. It's a lifestyle change. Eat more veggies and healthy carbs as a process and doesn't have to be done overnight. Make gradual small changes and eventually you'll be living a healthy life and not worrying about how you're going to pay for your next hospital bills or medication. Hey, you may even end up being the longest living person one day. Remember, drink your water and eat lots of color. Here's my Audi.